Today, we're going to talk about why being a dad is the most awesome thing you can do. Now, sometimes I've told people this and they say, well, that's not really true because I'm a CEO, or I could do something great in the world by being an influencer or building a big business or being a politician. And I've got interesting news for you. I really, truly believe that nothing, and I mean nothing you do in the business world or any other world will compare in even the slightest, even a little bit, as much as you do in your own home. Nothing will be bigger than what you do in your own home. Let me tell you why I believe this. How many of you know what your great-great-grandfather did for a living? Do you know? My guess is, if you're like many people, you don't. Now, if you're like a few people I know, you might know. You might say, oh yeah, I know my great-great-grandfather did this. Well, here's the deal. Remember, you have 8 great-great-grandfathers. Do you know what all 8 of them did, or just know 1 or 2? Now, here's the thing. Let me ask you this. Do you care if they had the coolest house, or the coolest plow, or the coolest horse, or whatever it is they did? Do you care? And I have bad news for you. Your great-great-grandchildren are not going to care what you drove, how big your house was, how big your bank account was. They just won't care. But the kind of parent your great-great-grandfather was is profoundly affecting you right now in ways you can't comprehend. Let me back up here. Let me give you an example. I live in the United States of America. And why do I live in the United States of America? Well, the truth is because my ancestors, more than one, decided to come to the United States of America. They made a family decision to come to the United States of America. Now, that decision affects the language I'm speaking right now. It affects my educational opportunities. It affects my employment opportunities. It affects my religion. It affects so many aspects of my life because my parents, long ways back, made that decision. Now, that's kind of an obvious one because it's geographic, right? They decided to come across the ocean from Europe to come here to America. Well, much less obvious, but still as deeply affecting me, are things like, were they angry? Were they kind? What religion were they? Were they checked in or were they checked out? What kind of a parent were they? And that kind of thing is also passed down in ways we can't even comprehend and is very, very influential in our lives today. You see, by choosing to invest in your child, by choosing to be the CEO of your children's education, by choosing to be conscious and intentional about what you do as a dad, you are shaping the next generation in ways you can't imagine, which will shape the next generation and the next generation and the next generation and the next generation. You see, what you do in business isn't going to last that long. A lot of research shows it's not going to last past year 18. Even if it lasts a decade or 2 or 3, in the long run, most businesses or things that we do in the outside world are going to be either bought, sold, bankrupted, disrupted, irrelevant. But what we do in our own homes will last for a long, long time. So what are we doing to take advantage of this amazing opportunity to shape the world, to shape our generations from now that we will never see? What are we doing? What are you doing? What are you not doing that you know you should do? I want you to know those little tiny things that you do in your home have a huge, huge impact. And of anyone you've spoken to or know, I want you to know, having watched my mom pass away when I was 8, I know for a fact little tiny things that she probably thought didn't matter profoundly affect me. They affect her grandchildren, my children today. So I want you to know you have the best, most influential job in the world if you're a dad. Don't squander it. Don't waste it. Step up to the plate. Learn what you need to learn to be a good dad. I'm going to tell you this. A dad's job, there's 3 P's. It's to preside, provide, and protect. Preside means I'm going to be the leader in my family. I'm going to take charge. And that doesn't mean in a bad way. It means in a way like I'm going to teach my kids principles. I'm going to make sure that I'm the CEO of my children's education. I'm going to make sure that we're going to talk about things that matter. Now, in my home, we like to read scriptures together. We like to do things together. We have daily devotional scripture and prayer every single day. That's something that is non-negotiable in my home. I have to be able to, it's more important than going to work. It's more important than other things that we sit there and talk about principles and we do those things. And that's one of the ways that I feel I need to preside in my home. The next is to provide. I need to provide for my family. Now, obviously, there are some situations where you both need to work together. But as I want you to know, I want to do everything I can to make it so that my spouse, my wife, can stay home with our children. Because frankly, she's a better nurturer than I am. And I want her to be able to do that. And it's not my job to pawn it off and say, you should go provide or you should bring it. I really feel like it's my job as a dad to provide as best as I can for my family. Now, sometimes I've done better or worse than other times. Sometimes it's been really hard. Sometimes it's been easier. But that's something that we as men, as dads, need to do. Do everything we can to provide for our families. And the last one is protect. We need to protect our families. Protect them from physical harm. If somebody were to come into a house in the middle of the night, we'd want to be the ones who take care of the threat. We want to make sure that we're the ones protecting our family. But there's more than just physical protection. There's also spiritual protection. How are we making sure that our kids emotionally, spiritually are protected from things that are harmful? Are we just giving them a device and letting them surf and get all kinds of negative influences or pornography or other things that happen on phones? Or are we able to say, I'm going to hold a boundary and we're not going to do that? Or we're not going to have it till we're trustworthy or till we're older or whatever it is, right? So we need to lead, we need to provide, we need to protect. Now, some people don't like this. It's still true. Those are the things that dads need to do. So being a dad rocks. If you can step up to the plate and learn what you're doing right now, which is awesome, your ability to influence your children, generations, your grandchildren, people who you will never meet in this life because you will be influenced way more than at work, in the business, or any other venture. Congratulations. The best job in the world. And you can do this. My heart goes out to you. Good luck. Each other's feels both.